Stakes winner here in Australia. It's McDonald for Roger James and Robert Wellwood.
Oh, she's a class filly. We all know that. Top class. So proves she's coping and thriving with racing with that powerful Vinery win. And, well, what can you say? She's obviously hard to beat again.
Yeah, she's a beautiful looking horse, Ronnie. As I said before, watching her on the video doesn't do her any justice, and when she got over here and you see her in the flesh, she's so athletic and she's so well put together. She's a beautiful horse.
Yep, she's an absolute picture of health. Her condition hasn't changed one bit from when we saw her in the Vinery. She was a little bit cranky down the back, but she seems a little bit happier now that she's out in the open.
Quinn, Tessa, Opie, Boss and Mark Walker.
Yeah, Kiwi Group 1 winning filly on trial at this distance. The two lead-up runs in Victoria are quite acceptable. Probably make a case that she should have gone close a couple of times. So you have to respect this stable. They're big-time performers.
She's a beautiful looking horse as well. She's quite long in the barrel. She's walking out really, really well. She's strong. Yeah, I couldn't fault her.
Yeah, she's absolutely glowing, isn't she? I don't know anything about her, but you wouldn't deter her appearance here. She looks spot on.
Zardozi, number 3 in the all-blue, Tom Marquand and James Cummings.
Yeah, big moment for her here today. She's been set for this. She was outpointed by Orchestral in the Vinery, but I still think she's on the up with a peak performance still to come, and most will be her supporters will be hoping that peak performance comes today.
She looks absolutely super. She's not a really big, robust sort of filly. She's just well put together, quite petite, but she's all hard, and you can see that just the way she walks around the enclosure. She's got a real presence about her, and she's a determined horse.
By far the best she's been all preparation. 2 starts ago when she won the far lap, she sweated up, she did a lot wrong, she just had that dull coat, but now she's absolutely glowing.
Tootle Avita, number 4, Nashrawilla and Chris Waller.
Well, we know she nearly pinched it, making an early move last start and went down fighting. Look, she always promised to shape up to this race, and, well, what can we say? We expect the unexpected from Nash again here today.
I reckon she's come on again since the last run there, Ronnie, when she was just, grabbed on the line, but she looks outstanding. She's really, again, I just think she's come on again from that run.
Autumn Angel, Mark Zara on for Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman.
Oh, there's a good push for her today, would you believe, on the backup after a courageous run with a big weight last week on a heavy track, and she could easily shape up at the top of the game here today.
That's why they pay him the big money. Peter Moody is out there doing all the jobs. No, she looks great. She's a lovely looking horse. She's very well put together. She's got a perfect attitude. She looks terrific in the coat.
You wouldn't know that she raced here 7 days ago. She's still very bright within herself.
Vaseline, number 6, Blake Shin riding for Emily and David Brown.
Got talent, got staying talent. She was good in the Oaks in the spring, but she keeps hitting the line well like a stay. I would have preferred probably more pressure up front to make it a real staying test from a filly like her.
She's a little bit wound up. She's walked in the enclosure. She's been up on the toe. Another one, she's not getting hot by all means, but she's got a little bit of a bounce in her step.
Okay, here's Dances with Hooves. It is Craig Williams and Cameron Crockett.
Yep, all the bolters now, but she's doing a great job going through her classes in her first racing preparation. So one for the future, not today.
Yeah, she's a nice enough horse. I couldn't fault her appearance. She seems to be walking out very freely. She's nice and healthy in the coat.
Pipple up, Damien Lane, Brad Widdup.
Yeah, too much ground to make up from the Vinery on these horses.
She's another one. She's a nice enough horse. She's probably got a little bit of furnishing to do. She's quite leggy, but again, appearance-wise, you couldn't fault her.
True Fairy, Daiki Chujo, the trainer, Noriyuki Masuda, the jockey.
Yeah, look, good luck to them, but I don't think she's good enough.
Yeah, look, she's got a lot of furnishing to do. She's really lean and quite light. She's quite a leggy sort of filly. She's just got a lot of growing to do, I feel.
There's Bush Girl, Jay Ford and Kerry Parker.
Yeah, still a maiden, and hard to see her level weights against some of these fillies.
She's quite the same. She's quite a leggy sort of filly, not a lot of her, but she's got a bit more furnishing to do.
Okay, they're about to go out. James Cummings, the trainer of Zardozi. 1.5 miles today. You've had to wait a week. How is she?
She's very well, Greg. She's ready to go, prepped up perfectly for the big assignment here, day 2 of the championships, and looks ready to go for 1.5 miles. But there's this incredible respect that has to be given to orchestral, and very well trained, very fit filly who's clearly the one to beat. But Zardozi, I think she's ready to go and give her a bit of a scare.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Get off.
All right, Corey, here are the mares, the fillies, I should say.
Yeah, look, there's some really nice horse flesh out there. Obviously, orchestral looked terrific. It was actually really, really hard, but I ended up settling with Quintessa. I thought a run down out the valley was super. She got back, she had no luck. Not very often you can do that at the valley and really attack the line late. So, yeah, given that she's drawn really, really soft, I think she'll end up with the perfect run and, yeah, be very hard to beat. I've
been hard on Zardozi all preparation, but as I said, this is by far the best she has presented all prep. She's at the absolute top of her game. She's got a beautiful glow to her now. I must say, even a few of the bolters, they didn't look out of place here in the yard. I know they're all at big odds, but they all looked superb.
I am 3154, just too far apart in the market. $1.65, $6. Zardozi, so throw at the stumps for me with Zardozi to beat Orchestral. Autumn Angel, I think she's going to back up really well, and the market agrees. She's into 650 now, and I thought she looked great. And best of the rest is Tuta La Vita. I'm 315-4. You're going to the line with this, Tim.
Yes, Orchestral, your favourite in the Australian Oaks, is the tab.com.au lay of the day. We sit there currently as a $1.70 chance on the 165 NOP. Best price anywhere in the country. So if you want to back Orchestral, tab.com.au is your place to bet. I totally agree with you, Ron. I think they're too far apart in the market. Orchestral, she's a class filly, but Zardozi is too, and 175.50, I think they're too far apart. $6.50 Autumn Angel, I don't think is hopeless either. But Zardozi, big drifter today, all the way out to $5.50 from $5. Autumn Angel has remained pretty solid, $7 into $6.50, and is in fact just a touch more popular than Zardozi with tab.com.au. Punters, Quintessa, there was money for her early in the week, $15 into 10. She's now out to an $11 chance. Tuta La Vita, out of touch this week, $8 out to $11. There has been a little bit of specking for Basilina, 31 into 23 today, and Dances with Hooves has been 126 into $71, and is a big loser in our book, actually, Dances with Hooves. But your favourite, Orchestral, the tab.com.au lay of the day, $1.70, best price anywhere in the country. If you want to back it, tab.com.au is the place to bet. $1.45 on that Whirlpool, so a big discrepancy there.
Okay, let's go behind the gates with Ali Mosley to check in on the favourite Orchestral.
Yeah, I'm just getting a good look at her at the moment, Greg. She did canter past me before, and James McDonald didn't let her off the bridle. He had her really held together. So I'm having a good look at her now that she's come back. I saw her in the stalls, and she's actually in a better mood than when she was in the stalls. When I went down there, she, to be honest, I think has had a lot of media around her all week. A lot of people came down to see her, which of course is inevitable, as they love to see the good horses, and she is exactly that. So she had a lot of people there, and once she got out on the track, she knew exactly what was going on, and she's really settled beautifully. So she's got her ears pricked. She's in a much better mood out here now that she's been able to get out of the way of a few of the other things going on and just get her mind on the job, and that's exactly what she's done. So we've talked about her physically. She's showing no signs of training off, and I have no doubt that Roger James and Rob Wellwood would not have her here today if they had any queries over that either. She walks out beautifully. I think in 6 months we're going to see a really lovely filly and just going forward into her career. But today she's still bright within herself, and she's still really well muscled. Nothing's showing that she shouldn't be here today. Zardozi, as Shani mentioned, has come on beautifully. I know Shani said she's been against her in her first couple of runs there, but the way that she presents today, she's a lot more forward in condition. She's walking forward into the bridle. She's keen to get on with things. She's a little bit more up on the toe, which is great to see from her. Autumn Angel is the really interesting one on the back up, and the one that I was most keen to see, because last week obviously she was a big drifter. She gets in much better at the weights today, and I would say that she's a lot more relaxed parading around here. She got a touch warm. I know there was that query about what was going on with her big drift, but today it's just really taken the edge off her. It hasn't meant that she's any less bright out here behind the barriers, but she's walking out beautifully. She's barely turned her hair. She's conserving her energy well. and she's come across in great order, as has Quintessa, Corey's pick of the yard. I can't fault her. She's a really neat little type of filly, so she hasn't turned her hair and she's doing everything right. And Tuta Levita, I'd say, is perhaps a little bit more above herself than she was last time I saw her out as well. But all is well, guys, here. A really exciting race.
Okay, $1.40 on the World Pool here for Orchestral. What price with the fixed odds, Tim Ryan?
Yeah, $1.70 all gone. That was quickly snapped up just after I spoke. Now $1.65 equal top price anywhere in the market. So tab.com.au still the place to bet if you want to back this favourite.
She's trying to win the New Zealand Derby Vinery Stud and Oaks treble here, Orchestral. Zardosi's trying to win the Victoria Oaks and the Australian Oaks. She won the Victoria Oaks at Flemington during Cup Week. Tuta Levita split the pair in the Vinery. Autumn Angel backs up from the Adrian Knox. Great renewal of the Oaks. And here's a filly trained up in the heart of horse country at Scone. Dances with hooves at big odds for Cameron Crockett. Only a couple out. The Star Australian Oaks, 2,400 metres, Group 1. Here's Darren.
They're all loaded and the light is on for the Star Australian Oaks. 2,400 metres ahead of them. Racing now. The favourite Orchestral was one of the last out with Autumn Angel and Zardozi. All the popular ones a bit tardy, and Bush Girl bounded out of the gates in front. Showing a bit of speed there is Quintessa towards the inside, and Dances with Who's are starting to muster. Tuta Levita's going into a prominent position as well. Followed by True Fairy on the inside of Orchestral is up running fifth now. 2 lengths further back to Basilina. A similar margin to Autumn Angel from Piplup, and Zardozi's going to settle at the tail of the field and about 10 lengths off the leader, which is one of the roughies, Bush Girl, out by a length and a half. Dances with Who's second. Quintessa gets a good spot third. 2 lengths away to Tuta Levita, followed by True Fairy, and the raging favourite Orchestral is shooting for 6 consecutive wins today. It's right on the back of Tuta Levita. 2 lengths then to Basilina, followed by Autumn Angel, who's snookered on the rails, a length to Piplup, and Zardozi is last of all. So about a dozen lengths covers the field now, and it's Bush Girl at the 1,400 metres by 2 lengths. In second position, the roughie Dances with Who's. So big odds the first two. Quintessa into a clear third. Several lengths further back to True Fairy on the inside of Tuta Levita. So the pace has been certainly genuine enough. There's been no need for any moves there at the 1,200 metres. Orchestral's back fifth last from Autumn Angel. Then came Basilina, Zardozi slightly improving, and now Piplup is the last one. So they race to the side of the course now at the 1,000 metres, and Bush Girl ensuring a good tempo. Out by 3 lengths on Dances with Who's. Quintessa third. Then Tuta Levita on the outside of True Fairy. Orchestral still travelling sweetly in the second half of the field, just waiting to be given her cue. A gap further back to Autumn Angel is right back on the inside of Basilina. Then Zardozi and Piplup last of all. The margin between top end to tail extends now. Bush Girl 3 lengths clear, approaching the corner. Bush Girl from Dances with Who's. Quintessa. Tuta Levita gets going, and Orchestral pulls right to the outside, 5 off the lead. Bush Girl's given a good side up front. She's coming back to them quickly, and now Orchestral with Quintessa winding up. Zardozi with a good run wide out, and Autumn Angel's coming off heels. Orchestral got to the front at the 200. Under siege from Zardozi and Autumn Angel through the middle. Zardozi and Autumn Angel. Orchestral needs the left. Autumn Angel getting the upper hand, and Autumn Angel won the Australian Oaks, beating Zardozi and Orchestral. Quintessa fourth, followed by Tuta Levita. A gap back in the field to Basilina from Bush Girl, True Fairy, Piplup, and Dances with Wolves.
The backup horses won Autumn Angel after winning or running second in the Adrian Knox last Saturday with 61 kilos, giving the winner 8. Dropped 5 kilos in the Oaks, and Autumn Angel, Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman. Catherine Coleman gets her second Group 1 in a week. They won the TJ with Chain of Lightning last week. Number 5, Autumn Angel, has won the Oaks to give Peter Moody his first Australian Oaks and his 59th career Group 1 victory, and Catherine Coleman, well, she's on the way now with 2. Mark Zara wins his first Australian Oaks, and he chalks up Group 1 win number 29. It is Autumn Angels Oaks. 3 seconds Ardozi, 1 Orchestral third.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful ride that was, wasn't it? By Zara. He's a big-time performer, good filly, very good filly, I must say. She's, you go back through a record, she beat Tropical Squall, the big set-up by Moody there. He overcome a setback where it was a late scratching. He backed her up within a week, and she gets the job done after a tough run. So, magnificent filly, good training performance. Thought she was there to win Zardozi. I thought, oh, she's got this favourite, and then little did you know, this filly was there, as strong as any of them on the line.
Okay, last 635.06 overall, 231.49, 5, 3, 1 and 2. The Sydney Cup is next.